Hang on.
Well, and I don't want no part of you.
Hang on now, hang on. I got to stop this here for a second. I just felt some breathing on the back of my neck, and you're sitting over here talking about, standing up here, you know, big and tall, and talking about witnessing, and you're talking about tithing, and you're talking about mission work, and well, I got some questions for you. I don't know if you guys want to hear any questions, but I got some questions for him. Anybody that ever talks to me about being the stand-up guy and in front of Jesus, he's got the answer to me. So let's just ask him a few questions here. You know, let's start with tithing. You ready for this?
I might as well be. You jumped up, so I might as well be.
You better be, because you know it's not me they're going to be mad at if you can't answer these questions.
Yeah, I know.
So,
y'all forgive me if I don't answer the question properly.
Let's talk about tithing. Well, you know I tithe. I tithe my 10%. You know, but times are tough. Economy's tight. Things are a little scary in the workforce. Had a brother that lost a job. And you know that new fishing boat I bought. That thing a little more expensive than what I thought. You know, so I'm having a hard time. Do I still tithe my 10%, or does God understand that I've over budgeted?
First off, he probably didn't tell you to buy that new boat. You probably wasn't asking to buy that new boat. You probably just went off on a whim and just bought that new boat.
It was a bright light.
You know, I think that
it was a bright light that said, buy that boat, son.
Well, you should have bought the boat. But yes, to answer your question, you're supposed to give 10%, or a tenth of all you make to God. It belongs to him anyway. All you're doing is being a good steward. Okay. I mean, that's pretty simple. How hard is that to figure out?
Well,
he didn't tell you to go buy that new boat, put yourself in a sling.
Well, you know, let's go on to the next question.
All right.
Let's go to the next question. That was a pretty good answer. Let's talk about mission work. I don't have the time. My job doesn't allow me to go to Mexico or Peru or you know, I mean, I like to give a little bit of money to the mission teams that go, but how am I supposed to mission? How am I supposed to do mission work when I don't have the time or the resources to do that? I mean, I can't go overseas. I can't leave my job for 2 weeks or a week or whatever.
Do you have a lawnmower?
Traded that in on the fishing boat.
Do you hear that?
No,
that's a real guy. Trades his lawnmower in on a fishing boat. That's priorities.
I got a lawnmower. Yes, I do.
It's summertime outside, and it's raining, and I bet you there's somebody on your block that needs their yard mowed.
That's possible. So that's mission work.
Sure is. You carry Aunt Susie a pie, and you know, she might. That's mission work. Be in the hands and feet of Jesus, no matter what it is.
So I see. So it's not about traveling or going out and doing big works. It's just about what we do every day.
That's good. I mean, if you got the money and the resources to be able to travel, that's good. But still, for those like in your situation where you can't, right here at home, just find you something here at home and just go to work and just do it.
Well, that's a good answer. What was the last one? Witnessing. You know me. People know I go to church. Do I really need to witness?
Yes, you do.
I mean, I got a fish on the bumper of my truck.
You mean tell me you got that fish on?
Hello. See, I shouldn't have that fish on the back of my bumper.
Yeah. You mean tell me you got that fish on your bumper? And I saw you speeding the other day down the road.
Well, you know, I was late for work.
Yes. To answer your question, yes. We're held to a higher standard. And I know that's hard to do. But we're held to a higher standard. And it ain't about just beating somebody head over the head with Jesus. It's about talking about him. Let's put it to you like this. If somebody down the road one day, many years ago, would have gathered up our leader of our country right at this present moment and told him about Jesus, where would we be today?
Good.
Now, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm. Fire away.
How long have you been a Christian?
About 12 years, brother.
Serious Christian.
Whoa.
Serious.
About 6. He drugged me the first 6. I've been a good Christian the last 6.
Last 6.
Yeah.
Okay, will you explain to our newfound friends here what it's like. How hard is it to do that?
It is hard. It is hard to give 10% of your tithe when you lose your job, when you have family that needs help, or when you buy a fishing boat you don't need. It is hard. It is hard to do mission work when we have jobs at 8 or 9 hours a day. It is hard to do mission work when we've got places we have to fix up of our own. We've got yards to mow of our own. We've got limbs to pick up after the windstorms. It's hard to do mission work. And it is hard to witness. It is hard by midday when your day has gone south and you don't feel like showing Christ. It is hard. But you know what? You do all three of those things, there's nothing better. There's no better feeling than that. So when it is hard, God's with us. He's holding our hand. He's saying, whatever you're doing for me. And when you do something for me, I'm going to do it right back to you.
Thank you, Joe.